confidence to believe that they would win the game. That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up.
And we are underway from Cincinnati.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
They defer to Brown to start the drive.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block if you're an offensive lineman. Nice early burst, nice gain too.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. Now they go play action now. Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now it's Burrow. He'll try to pick it up himself. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble, and it gets him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
2nd and a couple. They go play action with Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Oh, look at the juke. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed, and played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as their guy. He does retain the toolbox that made him projectable as a starter. Big, strong player with a powerful arm, deceptively mobile, and tough to tackle. The best part about his game, leadership and being a great teammate.
Brissett. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
It's a gain of
14 yards that time for number 14.
First down. A gain of 14. And the Cardinal first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Amari DiMercato. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 5. The give is to DiMercato. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throw. He's going to have their hook up here to Chase. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 44-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good possession, 1st and 10. They're running the jet sweep with Jones. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Charlie Jones, a 24-yard touchdown. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast. But a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
Makes the score Bengals 10.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Bengals score. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Play action now, Brissett. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Brissett. That's taken in by Weaver. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Brissett from the gun on third. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Cardinals, first down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On the handoff, it's DeMarcano. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
4 yards on
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Here's DeMarcano. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Brissett. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Brissett. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harrison. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bengals' 13-yard line.
They'll throw again. Brissett. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jacoby Brissett, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Burrow looking to pass. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Throw left side, complete to Chase.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Brown is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
McPherson now for the extra point.
It's good to make it 17-7.
After one, 17-7 is our score. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it as we resume action. Here's McPherson now to send it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Brissett. And he completes it to Wilson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A run, it's DiMercado. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Throwing, Brissett. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Cardinals first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
To throw, Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Weaver. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Running, DiMercado.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now third down and 6 to go.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw is Brissett. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
On the ground, it's DiMercado. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This is third and goal, Brissett. That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals. 8 yards on the touchdown pass, and the Cardinals are back within a score. No surprise there, third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Ryland on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Burrow. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And Burrow going to throw again. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Burrow will throw. And he's taken in by the tight end fan. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now it's Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Jacoby Brissett in the offense, ready to begin their next drive. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone. Oh, yeah, he's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That'll give them 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
That is caught downfield by Harrison. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Brissett now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That is caught. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down.
That's another Cardinals first down. A gain of 19 yards.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Now Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. Accelerating, and off he goes. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. Backbreaker, that'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. They'll get just a yard on the scramble at second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now 2nd and 9.
They'll set up to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd and 13.
Third down and 13.
They'll set up a throw.
They'll set up the screen to DeMarcado.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Burrow looking to pass.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll get this up to midfield.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From midfield now, Burrow. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Brissett. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
36-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is indeed good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. We're trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First, the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
It's brought in by Wilson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
First down. First and 10 at the
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
That's another.
And that's patience to be admired right there because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attempt. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Cardinals first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
They have three tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Now he's going to stop, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Jacoby Brissett, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Nothing like understanding where your escape patches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Now Ryland for the PAT. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Man open, here is Jones. Down the left sideline. And he'll take this into the end zone from Bengal TD. Charlie Jones, his second touchdown of the night. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. McPherson on for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
makes the score.
Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's Brissett. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's first and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a second and 10.
Throwing, Brissett. Over the middle, complete. It's Weaver. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
Here comes third down and 7.
To throw is Brissett. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Cards are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height.
Ryland on for the extra point.
And that will tie our game here in the third quarter.
That ties the game.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bengals offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. An inside give, Brown. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And Jones will go in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10.
Now it's Burrow.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And in the second half of the tied game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Burrow. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Garrett Williams, the one who was there on the coverage.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
The Cardinals offense and Marvin Harrison Jr. headed onto the field. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Brissett. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And this is going to be intercepted.
Daxton Hill puts it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at the 20.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. Across midfield. He's on his way.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Chase Brown
with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Over the middle, Harrison. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested. but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
3rd down and 1.
This is Brown on the carry.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On play action, Brissett. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Here's Brissett. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
The home team's offense and running back Chase Brown set to take over once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The Bengals drive about to get going. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, and they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know how many times we talked about that's exactly how they drew it up? Because essentially every play that's drawn up in an offensive playbook, if everyone does their job perfectly, should go for a touchdown, right? That's one that actually did. Give a little credit to those big fellas up front, too. They sprang their man for not only a big gain, but 6 points.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
They're going to look to throw.
That is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw, Brissett. Pass complete there to Harrison. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On the bootleg, it's Brissett. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter, as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Brissett now. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Brissett. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 28 yards.
Another Cardinals 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a carry for Brown. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, He's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Carter is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
This is 3rd and goal. Brissett. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. B.J. Hill able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So on is the kicker, Chad Ryland, in a big spot. This a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Burrow on play action. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Like certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Burrow looking to pass. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They'll look to set up his blockers. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Cardinals offense with Jacoby Brissett getting ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Brissett. Wilson's got it complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 10 yards out.
And the Cardinals have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
Chase, the motion man right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now the Bengals on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
The Cardinals offense and running back Amari DiMercato getting ready for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Brought down at the 20.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Brissett. And they're going to get him. They bring it down with sack back at the 16-yard line. Demetrius Knight in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick here is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now 2nd and 3. Burrow will throw. Got a man open. It's Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Burrow. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Higgins.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
That's taken in by Higgins.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Burrow. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's Burrow. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Burrow. Open man is Tinsley. He's got it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Now Burrow. That one caught by Tinsley.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. This is Brown going up the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now 1st and goal. To throw, Burrow. Setting up the screen to Piran.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Burrow. This is caught. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
And McPherson on for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
Makes the score.
So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown and the ever-critical extra point. So it is a 1-point lead here in the final minute of action. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.